The Holy Quran says, if we had made the day eternal, you will be yearning to have nights. You will be dying to have them. But none other than God can bring them back to you. So sometimes it's the absence of a thing which reminds you of its importance to you. So it is the absence of a night and a longer day which tires you out, and you crave to have some rest at night, and there is no night to help you. And then there is no night to help the plant life which will be burnt out under sun. If the sun continues to pour down its energy on us without remittance, without intermission, you see, the whole life will be destroyed on earth, it will be scorched. So there are so many things, possible things. Some have been pointedly mentioned in the Holy Qur'an, some have been mentioned in principle, which bear witness to the God. So, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ وَالسَّمَاءِ وَالطَّارِقِ speaks of a huge universe. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. That shows that God warns you. You think Tariq is a small thing. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ وَالطَّارِقِ. Then it says النجم الساخر and other things. But I have explained to you that is just an example by God. Whatever is mentioned in that verse is not all the list which is exhausted. It just gives you an example. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الطَّارِقِ. How can we make you understand? It's too much for you. But for an example, النجم الساخر and this and that. Right? Tariq is not the only thing mentioned in the explanation is of Ma Adraka Mat Tariq. Najm Saqib is not the only explanation mentioned in the Quran. It goes on pointing out at other phenomena which are covered by the word At-Tariq. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا النَّجْمُ السَّاقِبُ إِن كُلُّ نَفْسٍ لَمَّا عَلَيْهَا حَافِظٌ فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ خُلِقَ مِن مَّاءٍ دَافِقٍ يَخْرُجُ مِن بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ إِنَّهُ عَلَى رَجْعِهِ لَقَادِرٌ يوم تبلى السرائر فما له من قوة ولا ناصر والسماء ذات الرجع والأرض ذات الصدع إنه لقول فصل وما هو بالهزل إنهم يكيدون كيدا وأكيد كيدا فمهل الكافرين أمهلهم رويدا. A whole universe is mentioned in this verse with relation to what may come at night. First of all, the productive phenomenon is mentioned. Mimma khuliq, falyul insanu mimma khuliq. You know, most of the births take place at night. Everybody knows. It's not a question of a Muslim, it's a question of the universe perspective. Seldom are children born during the meeting of the day. Most often in the entire life system, it is the night which is productive for these purposes. You say, you don't know ma adraka mat tariq. What happens, what comes during the night is also creative. You yourself are a product of that. That peace, that love, the time of romance, you know, that is what is brought at night. And other things also, conspiracies, plotting. إِنَّهُمْ يَكِيدُونَ كَيْدًا وَأَكِيدُ كَيْدًا. For Mahilil Kafirin, all these things are done at night. But God takes care because He says, in kullu nafsin lamma alayha hafiz. How His muhafiz, how He sends His angels or other things to protect life on earth and to protect mankind or His own people. Because He knows what is happening, what they are plotting, what conspiracies are made against good things in life. So, yakinahum yakiduna kadam wa akidu kada. Most of the kad is done at night. And the Holy Qur'an has mentioned it in so many words in other places. At night you get together to plot against, and we are aware. It's a whole world which is mentioned in this surah. It's not a small thing. Again, the word an-najmu faqir must be understood once again, it is not just a single star which is mentioned. Here, it is a representative of the source of light that God is mentioning. The night falls, all light is not taken away. The system of stars and their glittering in the night becomes the source of light and guidance for all life on earth. You see, the eyes are differently made of different animals. The nocturnal animals have a very special eye which expands to such a large degree that even small light can be sufficient for them to work and perform ordinary functions. And that depends on Najm al-Thaqib, in fact. If you withdraw all light, there will be total darkness and the activity of life here on earth will come to a standstill. So God has given different faculties, different visions to different things. For some, a Najm al-Thaqib is enough and the light of the sun is too much. So this is why owls, retreat to some dark corners and sit with their eyes closed, because their eyes are made to see in the darkness, but not in total darkness. Nobody can see in total darkness. It is An-Najm al-Thaqib which provides them that source of light which gives them sufficient light to carry on their functions. But that is only one aspect. There is another spiritual aspect. When the prophets come and go, a night follows. But God says, this is my promise, in kullu nafsi lamma alayha hafiz. The same God who protected you and took care of you during the light of the prophets, when the day dawned with the coming of a prophet, is again responsible for the night which follows. During that night, He it is who protects you. And through the spiritual An-Najm al-Thaqib, Mujaddideen come, great divines are born, and the night is lit by stars. So that is why Hadhrat Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that one. You were saying the same thing. Ashabi kan nujum mein بأيه مقتديتم اهتديتم. My Sahaba, my companions are like stars. Whichever you follow, you will be led to the right path. Now, these stars do not die out, fade out entirely after the generation of Sahaba is finished. Then Tabi'in comes, and then Taba Tabi'in come, and then the occasional phenomenon of An-Najm al-Thaqib. Here in a singular form, one great man is born. He doesn't belong to Sahaba, but he's An-Najm al-Thaqib according to the Qur'an. And that is the Mujaddid or the Mahdi of the time and this and that. So this is a wonderful surah which comprises everything which one needs to know in relation to the phenomenon of night. Right?